Hello and welcome back to the StoneburnerBooks YouTube channel. Today I am going to go through making a Coptic book using the Coptic cartridge for the multi-cinch. If you have been following along with some of my other videos, you know that I have tested out this multi-cinch that does different, you do different cartridges and it punches different hole shapes. I also have tested out the larger Cinch Machine. So this one, the main reason I bought the multi-cinch is so that I could test out this Coptic punch. I do a lot of Coptic binding by hand, and typically I punch all of my stuff using an awl, and it's very labor intensive to use this because I have to punch every single hole individually. I saw this and thought, well, maybe this could be a way to help me streamline some of my process, and I just kind of wanted to check it out and see what it was like. One major thing for me with this book that I'm going to do is I wanted to set myself up for success. So there are a couple things that I did differently from what I normally would do when I'm making my Coptic books. The first thing is you'll notice there are 4 holes here. Typically when I bind my Coptic books, I only do 4 holes. So I would never typically punch like 8 holes, like use this twice to make a wider thing. Usually if I have a taller book, I will space out my holes, like they wouldn't be evenly spaced in between these two. It might have a couple inches in between those. So the very first thing I wanted to do with this is I made all my measurements to just this one set of 4 holes. So that means that my paper and my covers are all going to just space out evenly with these 4 holes. I didn't want to have to fiddle around with having more sewing signatures or more holes and trying to double punch anything. So that's the first thing. And I think that if I were to continue using this in my everyday bookbinding, I would keep that kind of same mentality of just having it be a one-time punch instead of making larger books with it. So that's one drawback, is that the holes, the spacing is fixed. But if you work with that knowledge and just kind of make sure that you're making your books so that spacing works for you, I think it'll be great. So let me put this into the multi-cinch machine. You can see it just slides in. Let's see if I can do this upright. That was one concern I had before I bought the machine, was how easy would it be to change the cartridges, but it's really easy. They just slide in and out. So, so based on the cartridge and where the holes are punched, I decided that my book pages and my cover should be 4 inches tall. Now, another thing that I modified for this book, because again, I want to set myself up for success. I want to kind of take it for a test run on practice materials and not just do it exactly how I would normally do it, in case that's not going to work. So instead of using a book board cover with a glued paper around it, I'm using mat board. So it's a little bit thicker, but not quite as thick as bookboard. And again, it has color on it, so I don't have to use an extra layer of paper on both sides and glue. So trying it out first with something a little bit thinner, but still sturdy. And then for the pages, I'm just using a regular copier paper. Typically I use a higher quality text weight paper, but this one I decided I would just use a thinner paper and only use 4 pieces of paper per signature. So I've got a little bit thinner of a signature. Again, if it works well with these materials, then my next test run, I will go ahead and work on something a little bit different, a little bit thicker, kind of my normal materials. When I got this one, I thought it was just going to punch the holes for the covers. And when I took it out of the bag, I saw this piece with it and I wasn't exactly sure. So I actually read the instructions, and it's really cool. This little thing goes in here. You just slide it in, and then it allows you to punch half, like little holes, so that you can actually punch your signatures with it. I did one test punch of it just to kind of see what it was like, and I was actually pretty impressed, because punching the signatures it's a time-consuming thing. Because I was thinking, like, how beneficial is this if it only punches the cover holes and then you still have to punch all of your signatures by hand? But I think this little tool is going to help with that. So let's go ahead and start punching. I'm going to just start with my covers. Now, there is a guide here, but unfortunately you can see if the 4s here, that's where I'm going to line it up. And if I line that up, it actually doesn't go against the guide. And if I move the guide to the next smallest hole, it's about, I would say like 1/8 of an inch, a little bit too shy. It like pushes it over some. So I think in the future, maybe what I would do is make it slightly, make my measurements just slightly bigger. I think this needs about an extra 1/8 of an inch. So maybe I would do a 4 1/4 height book so that I could put it up against the guard, because it is nice to have this guard feature to it. So that would be helpful if it actually lined up, if the guard actually lined up there. So because it doesn't, I'm just going to eyeball it and make sure that my pieces are between those 2 4 lines, and just pushing this all the way up that way. Let's see. Okay, that went through pretty well. So you can see it makes nice uniform holes. It wasn't too hard to push through. I am going to go ahead and punch it in the same direction, just in case there's a little bit of a odd spacing. I like to make sure that, you know, when I put these two together, they're still going to match up. If I did it like this and then I turned it over, the holes might not match up exactly. All right, so again, just lining this up between the 4s. Okay, that's not too bad. And now I'm going to put the little tool thing in, and I'm going to punch my signatures. Let's see here. Something is stuck right there. So let's see. I can't remember how we take it out of here, but let's see if I can. I don't know if there was a little. Let's see. There we go. I could see that the little punch part was kind of sticking down still there. So I just used my micro spatula. This is like one of my favorite tools. I used to be a preservation librarian, and this was one of the tools that I used all the time, and it's incredibly helpful. So if you ever are looking for new tools for your bookbinding toolkit, I can't recommend this enough. It helps with many, many things. Anyway, okay, so now that that's pushed back in, now I can push this up here. And let's see. So again, I'm just taking my signature and lining it up in between those 4s. I made my cover and my pages all the exact same height because I didn't want to have to worry about trying to space anything differently. Okay, and then now you can see it punched half holes there so that when I'm sewing, I have holes punched through. Now this is the other thing that I'm kind of testing out with this is, are these holes too big? Typically I would use an awl and I push a hole through straight from, like I'll open up the center part here and put a hole through for each of these. It'll be interesting to see. Usually the holes are not quite this big, but I'm going to test it out and see how I like it. I mean, that's all part of this, is just seeing if it does work for me. This is a tool that I could see myself, if I'm ever teaching a Coptic class, a Coptic binding class, this being something very helpful to help prep all the pages. That's really time consuming, and this being able to just set it in there, especially if I were, oops, see, that didn't push it all the way. Let me show you that. So it kind of went a little bit, but not down at this end. So let me try again. Being able to just set it in here and push it down like that and doing all the holes at one time is a game changer. I mean, it's a much faster process and a lot less wear and tear on your hands because it's just an easy grip handle that you just push down. So far I am enjoying it. But the real test, I think, is going to be in how does it stitch up. So after I prep all these pages, I am going to stitch this one up, and then I'll come back and give you a little review of that. But so far, so good. I was kind of thinking I might have a little bit more problems with the punching of holes. But you can see, like, that one, the top hole's pretty big. This one must not have been, oh, see, that one didn't go all the way through, actually. Let's open it up. So you can see they get smaller as they go. So I'm going to need to repunch this one. That was one thing, you know, again, I haven't been using these machines very long, so I'm kind of learning as I go and seeing, you know, is it really more efficient? Am I going to have to, you know, go back and forth and repunch stuff a whole bunch? But now I have all of my signatures prepped and my covers. So we'll see. I'm going to do a quick binding of this. I'm just going to do a multi-needle Coptic binding, and I will come back and let you know what I think. But so far it looks pretty sharp. I like the uniformity of it all. That is really nice. All right, I'll check back in when I have a finished book. Okay, I just wanted to check in halfway through the binding. This is how it's looking so far. Honestly, all of the holes have been really nice. It hasn't felt like the thread is going to tear through any of them. My biggest concern is just that my signatures are so thin. I don't normally work with signatures so thin, so my stitches are super tiny. That's more of an issue of just having, you know, made these signatures so thin because I wanted to make sure that the holes would punch through everything. But I'm hopeful that because these punched so well, I could go back to kind of my standard 6 sheets of paper per signature and a thicker text weight paper. That will definitely be the next thing that I try, but so far so good. I'm pretty happy with how it has turned out so far. So I will finish it up and check back in with you. And here's a look at the finished book. Overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I definitely think that I would recommend using this multi-cinch with the Coptic cartridge. However, I have one caveat for that. I would say it probably will work best if you make your book measurements to fit one single punch of the Coptic puncher. So what that means is I will probably make more books like this and add this size to my rotation. I really liked that you could punch the pages with it as well as the cover, but I won't try to kind of retrofit this to the books, the Coptic books that I already make in various sizes. I do make ones that are a little bit taller than this, and I think it will be too much trying to reconfigure, but I think it makes a really solid Coptic book that is approximately, you know, 4.5 by 5 inches. So I would definitely recommend it. And if you have questions for me about the tool that I haven't mentioned in this video, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.